I also don't have the necessary damage output. That's my other problem. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. I'm obviously not equipped to beat him with my current damage output right now. Wait, what? Dude, get the fuck out of here, Santa Claus. I know I've been naughty, like breaking into castles and pillaging corpses and shit, but fuck off. Take a hike. Okay, so there's one more thing I can think of that we can do while we're here. We have to go into the Selia hideaway. So this is the one remaining cave in Caelid that I did not do. And there's a very good reason for that. And it's because this cave, number one, is tied to a side quest. With Selin, I think her name is? The sorceress lady. And we haven't met her yet. And the other reason that I haven't done this cave yet is because there's a very nasty man in here that I really don't want to see. But we're gonna go pay him a visit and see how it goes. And I'll probably cheese him too, because he's a piece of shit. He's quite literally probably the most broken, unskillful enemy in the game. And I don't respect him too much. So we'll go meet up with the bell-bearing hunter at a later date. Maybe we'll go out for dinner or something. Maybe a movie. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. I don't know if I'm gonna call him back, though. Yeah, okay, so you heard that noise, right? Very bad noise. That is the sound of the very bad thing that I was talking about. The very bad man. Okay, so we can go across here. There looks like there's some items that we can collect. That being said, I have no idea how deadly any of the enemies are. Because I went over to Fort Faroth in Caelid, and the stupid singing harpies in there can grab me and kill me instantly from full health. So I don't know how bad this cavern is going to be. Also, I probably shouldn't have done that, because now I can't get back. Yes, that thing. So, yes. Fuck that guy. That thing's a piece of shit. How do I get out of here once I drop down? I need to know what my escape route is. Also, if I drop down there, can he catch me? Let's give it a shot. Fuck it. Yes, he can. Escape route. Yeah, these things are absolutely fucking ridiculously stupid. Like, these enemies, like, I'm not even joking, are legitimate bullshit. They are the stupidest fucking enemy in the entire game. Hands down. By far. These things are just ludicrously dumb. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna invoke our inner DSP, and we're just gonna lightning spam him until he dies. Fuck that dude. Cool. Spammers with the hands? Yeah, the spammers with the hands. So the reason I don't like them is because they literally just wombo combo you. Like, they will smack you once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and like, literally your health is gone before you've even realized what the hell has happened. Like, you thought Chris Rock at the Emmys was bad? You should see those fucking things. Yeah, the game's not built for them. Like, you can't respond quickly enough for what they designed that enemy to do. Like, you just can't match the pace of that enemy. It's not possible. And that's what I meant by, like, Elden Ring has some really good design in some certain places, and then it has some very poor design that makes no goddamn fucking sense at all. And it's contrastively, literally, what's the word? It disregards the construction of the game in certain merits, and it's not good in certain places, where it should be. It's like there's this weird dichotomy where it's like some parts of Elden Ring are incredibly good, and some bosses are very well tailored and very well designed and very well made. And then other things and other components are just fucking dog shit, and they don't make any sense. Okay. This leads me back over to where I fell with the thing. So this is how you get back across that chasm, so I need to go over that way again. I don't remember the layout of this cave, or what I'm doing. Also, what's up, Gran? Sorry if I forgot to say hello. I was probably rambling about bullshit and getting my ass beat by the bell-bearing hunter. I don't like these guys either. That's precisely why. Okay. I thought I could get it rolled off one time, and I couldn't. He has a lot of health. He's also not going to stagger. Oh, he does stagger. He also has excellent tracking. He's also got a great Gandalf beard. He already has the staff and the beard. We just have to get him a Grey Value Village cloak. So he can fight the Balrog. Alright, fuck you, Gandalf. He's also in a cave. So, like, I guess that makes sense. Geographically. Okay, so I don't know what's down there, but that looks like death. And I don't know if there's another one of those handymen. And if there is another one of those handymen, I don't know if there's a place that I can safely spellcast at it from. And that's what's really concerning. I do want to explore down here, because I do feel like there's items and shit. But I don't know how safe it is. I also don't even know if that's traversable. I guess we could risk it for a biscuit. We could try it. Fuck it. Yeah, okay, it is traversable. Question is that one asshole gonna come back? You guys are really weak to lightning. That's good to know. Okay, so we don't have the key for the cell yet. Seal can only be broken by a seal breaker. So there's a wizard that comes with us to free the person inside that magic prison. And that's part of the reason that I avoided doing this cave before. Also, given Caelad's weird, wacky scaling, I don't know if I was correctly leveled for it. Because Caelad's just a weird fucking place. Like, Caelad is kind of like California, where you're in Hollywood and everything's nice and ritzy and everybody lives in, like, triple-decker, like, tri-level mansions. And then you can go, like, one block that way, and then it's all slums and graffiti and flies and shit. So, like, some areas of Caelad are totally fine and navigable, and they're totally fair, and they feel well-scaled. And everything hits you for, like, reasonable damage. And then you can take, like, one block to the south, and it's like this dog takes out 75% of your health with, like, one bite. And you just don't know what the fuck happened. How much longer is this cave? How many more snails do you have? Should I be worried? Okay, there's nothing up here. That's good. Wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Goody senses tingle. I don't like it when that happens. Makes me feel like I'm missing something. Can I drop onto this crystal? Yes, but there's nothing on it, it would appear. Wait, hold on, what is that? I can't get over there from here. There must be another way to get over there. I have to get onto that crystal, but I don't know how to get onto that. Because I'm pretty sure if I drop onto here, it's just going to slide me down, and the gravitational force is just going to outright kill me, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how long of a fall that is. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not willing to risk it, though. Although, honestly, the Stake America is, like, literally 5 feet behind me, so it's not a really big deal if I fall and biff it and die. Because I do want whatever the hell that item is. So I guess let's give it a shot. Let's risk it for a biscuit. I suppose. It's on the cliff above me, right? Okay. Oh, wait. Is this the item that I was looking at? It is the item I was looking at. Yeah, because that's the crystal that I saw. Okay. That's really not that far of a fall at all. It's really hard to gauge fall damage in Elden Ring with certain perspectives. Luckily enough, the snails are super easy to kill, though, thankfully. Also, I'm hoping this boss is not what I think it is. Because if this boss is the Godskin duo, I don't want to do it yet. And the reason I don't want to do it yet is because we have not actually met the other Godskin by this point. And we probably won't for a while. Because we're focusing Siofra today. And I'm starting to kind of remember the decor of this cave a little bit. Alright, so question becomes, is there was a ledge back here that I looked up and saw. That ledge. How do we get up here? Is there a hidden wall or something? There's a crystal, dude. That makes me believe there's a hidden wall somewhere that allows me to access that upper part. I don't think you have to go through the boss to get to it either. I just think there's some sort of hidden wall around here somewhere. No. Maybe not. Interesting. Maybe I have to run across the crystal and hit the wall there? I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a shot, but if there's nothing, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Nope. That's a solid wall, too. What about there? What about here? No, no hidden wall. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna walk into this boss room, and if it's the boss I think it is, we're gonna nope right the fuck out, because I don't want to fight it yet. Number one, because I remember this boss being absurdly fucking hard. And number two, I don't want to fight it and have it not be in its natural habitat. Okay, this is not the boss I thought it was. Okay, this is doable, I think. Or not. Did I just do 25 to that enemy? Okay, this is not doable with my current gear. I need a different type of weapon for this. I thought a heavy sword would be good enough, but it's just not. So, that's a boss that we can do, but I don't know if I have the equipment for it right now. So we're gonna nope the fuck out of there for now, and we'll come back to it later. This is kind of one of the elements of Elden Ring that I really fucking despise. Like, I don't think this shit is very good. Like, I want to be able to fight the boss right when I come across it, and I don't want to be limited arsenal-wise to have to use a particular type of weapon to be able to beat the boss. Like, I can understand, like, light swords, like daggers and shit, and, like, stuff like that, like short swords or whatever, deflecting off of them because they're made of crystal, obviously, but like, a heavy sword like this, like a chonky monster, shouldn't be doing 25 nick damage to them. That's just kind of stupid, logically, but whatever. What's up, noob? So, given that we can't kill the Crystal Warriors, let's go back to Siofra for now. Or, not Siofra. We actually have to go to the Starfall Crater. And I don't believe we can warp there from... No, we can't. We can't warp there from inside the cave, because this game is stupid like that. So we're going to make our way out of the cave, and we're going to go to Nokron. I'm sorry I have to make this entire run back. This is kind of stupid. Can't stand old school rock, paper, scissors RPG mechanics like weapon type and element resisting gear and shit like that. Such a chore. I don't mind elemental resistance. Like, in some games, like, it depends on how well it's balanced for me, I think. If it's balanced super, super poorly, then yeah, obviously it's going to be painstaking and super frustrating to finesse your gear and finesse a build to be able to take on one particular thing, or a certain particular type of thing. Unless it's like a very endgamey boss, or a hidden boss, like a secret boss that is demanding of all the game's constructs and mechanics and shit like that. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever played Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud is really good, but the end boss is so goddamn ridiculous as fuck that if you do not grind like a madman, you can't beat it. It's just not possible. Like, they expect you to finesse the shit out of your gear. They expect you to grind like a motherfucker. They expect you to do everything possible. They expect you to ascend the optional tower, like the bonus tower that was only available in the Japanese version. Like, they enforce grinding, and I think that sucks. Like, an RPG should feel naturally woven and paced so that you have the equipment that you need when you come across certain things. And that's kind of Elden Ring's problems. Now, there's an appeal to that, but there's also a lack of appeal. I can't roll. Thank you. Not what I wanted to do at all. Like, it's also stupid. So, like, if I go to my slots right here, you see how I only have 2 slots filled? I should be able to press left D-pad and go to an empty slot so I can do the weapon art of my sword. But watch this. Watch when I remove my torch. Now I just pull only the shield out, you see that? So I can only do the weapon art of my sword when I have nothing equipped. If I have the shield out, it'll do the parry. And if I have the torch out, it'll do the skill for the torch. I don't like that. Like, you give me 3 slots. Act like I have 3 available slots to use. Don't limit my amount of slots by giving me false shit. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, like, there's certain constructs to Elden Ring that just don't make sense. Like, design-wise, they just don't make sense. And something that I did not initially know about Elden Ring, but honestly I probably should have known, given the context, is that Tanimura, the guy that oversaw and developed DS2's development, also pitched in and helped with this game. And given the amount of asset reuse, and some of the mechanics, and the fact that statuses build up when you're out of the danger that caused them, I should have known that Tanimura was somewhat involved with this. So that's kind of curious. That's interesting to me. But there's certain mechanics that Elden Ring has that really plays against its formula. I do believe that it is absolutely the definitive FromSoft experience in some ways, but in other ways it's not. Some of the boss construction and enemy design can be a little bit wacky and feel unfair, and that's not what these games are about. These games are about organic challenge. They're about testing and pushing your limits and the will to not give up on things. And Elden Ring kind of takes some of that and throws it to the wind, and I don't like that at all. Like, if you don't have the gear that you need to be able to fight a particular boss, or contend with a particular enemy, or whatever, is just kind of bad for the formula, and it plays against it. Now, granted, this is an open-world game, so I do understand that in its entirety, is that they expect players to have a varied experience. They want variety. They want players to stumble across things that they're unequipped and incapable of fighting, so they can come back and have something to, you know, peruse and contend with later. And there's some sort of an appeal to that. But there's also a dismissive, I've lost interest, and it's kind of annoying that I now know that I can't contend with this thing that I fought, that I want to fight. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of sucks, and it shouldn't. And I wish the game had a better dynamic of thrusting you forward progressively into fights that you're capable of doing, rather than giving you free reign to explore a vast open world and then come across 5 million things that you're not able to fight. It just kind of sucks. But this game does have a lot of quality to it, and it does shine in a lot of other aspects and in a lot of other regards. How do I'm assuming I have to go this way? Okay, I was lucky that I was able to make that. So, the place that we're about to visit is one of the most beautiful places in the game, I feel. Like, this place is so goddamn fucking gorgeous. Like, it is easily one of the most pretty areas in the game, by far. It's a little bit weird, though, but I like the concept. And, something I didn't realize before about Nokron and its design is actually really cool, lore-wise. And I want to dip into that here in a little bit, when I actually get down there, so it feels all cinematic and ooh and pretty and everything, so. Okay, there's no items up here. No giant rats hoarding items, no fucking secret evil bosses, no gloveworts, nothing like that? Okay. I believe you. I've done the thorough pat-down. I've done the FromSoft patented pat-down, so I believe you. Soporific grease. I have no idea what the hell that does. I'm sure it applies some sort of, like, weird effect to your weapon, but I don't know. So, welcome to the Eternal City of Nokron. This place is pretty fucking cool. It's also kind of shit. But for the most part, it's pretty cool. A lot of crazy, weird, wacky shit in Nokron. Like, you have these metallic fucking... What year did the Blob come out? I don't know, I can't recall. Sometime in the 80s, but you have these things. And if I recall correctly, these things are uber conductive, and you know what that means. It means they're stupid weak to lightning. So it's a good thing that I equip myself with a whole bunch of miracles that I can cast and cheese and spam from a distance. So the concept of these things is actually pretty cool, I think. They're like silly putty, but they can blend themselves into anything. Game? Game. Like, did you see me hit D-pad literally 9 times and it wouldn't change my shit? What the fuck was that? I don't know what the hell that was at all. I pressed right D-pad like 5 fucking times, and it wouldn't change my thing over. Got a rune arc. That's pretty cool. I don't really use the rune arcs much. The rune arcs only really come in handy if you die super, super frequently. Unfortunately, that's not really a thing for me. Thankfully. Okay, hold on. That's fine. I'm willing to take a shock or two. Fuck out of here. So, for those that don't know the lore behind Lightning Spear, and why Lightning Spear is so good, is because when Darkside Phil did his first initial playthrough of Dark Souls 2, he was getting walled and super butt-fucked, like, incredibly hard. And, he found the Lightning Spear spell. And he invested, like, 50 points into Faith and was just steamrolling and melting the entire game, right? Like, nothing was challenging at all. Didn't have the organic Souls experience when it came to DS2 for shit whatsoever. Up until the point where he found Lightning Spear, right? So he got Lightning Spear, acquired Lightning Spear, and proceeded to cheese the entirety of the game with it. Now, Dark Souls 2, for those who know, had 3 different downloadable content packs to it. It had Crown of the Ivory King, Crown of the Sunken King, and Crown of the Old Iron King. He worked his way through the first DLC with Lightning, fair enough. Then he got to the Crown of the Old Iron King. And, for those who aren't aware, Crown of the Old Iron King has a blue smelter demon in it. And DSP had a little bit of an issue with the blue smelter demon. And, got walled pretty fucking hard. Died about 45 times. And was whining about how the developers were lazy, which they are. It's a little bit lazy. It's a little bit of a shameless asset reuse. Oh man, poor guy. But yeah. DSP did not want to fight Smelter Demon again. And basically essentially gave up. And Lightning Spear would not help him through that fight. So he got really salty and butthurt and irritated because the developers nerfed Lightning Spear given how strong it was and how unbalanced and how unfair it was. Because it ruined the natural element to the game and the balancing structure and everything like that. So, DSP shook his fist to the heavens and blamed the lazy developers, called them lazy bums, and called Blue Smelter Demon a phoned-in fight, which I thought was pretty funny. And, it was quite a wild ride. It had a lot of charm to it. I thought it was fucking hilarious, personally. So, I don't know a lot of the lore about Nokron, so I'm really eager to kind of work my way through this place again, organically, and really take it in, I think. Rather than just blitz through and, just destroy everything and just not give a fuck about the area, or the lore, or, the stupid fucking rotted skin fuckers that can shoot magic arrows and light beams at me. Okay, if I remember correctly, I think there's something that falls from this roof, right? Are these guys weak to lightning? They appear to be. I don't know what that is or does, but you can go fuck yourself. I don't want to know. Or does it just incite everybody to get incredibly angry? Is that what it does? Okay, claws kill these dudes pretty fast. So, those who don't know my playstyles when it comes to Souls games is I like to be as light as possible, and I like to go really nimble, and I like to go fast dex-based weapons that imbue statuses and do shit like that. So claws are typically a pretty big go-to for me, but granted earlier that I said that I wanted to start investing in some heavier weapons and try to dabble in other playstyles. That's why we have miracles, and I hope to at one point be able to do sorceries as well. But I don't have the levels to be able to invest in impeccable tracking, sir. I don't have the levels to be able to invest in sorceries right now. So I don't have any arcane investment, and I don't have any intelligence investment. But given that in Elden Ring, the spells are not tied to levels, and they're found with memory stones, is a bit of a welcome change, I think. And it makes a lot of sense for the open world traversal aspect. But hopefully we'll be able to dabble in sorceries a bit later on in the game, but I can't promise how soon. But I'm hoping to get to those at some point as well. And we should get a lot of gloveworts down here as well, to level up our spirit summons with. Which is something I hope to do in the coming fights. I kind of want to dabble in the other spirit uses. Because when I played Elden Ring the first time, much like how I played the game with my weapon of choice, is I didn't really dabble in too much. And I feel like I missed out on a lot of variety that the game has to offer by doing that. And they definitely give you a plentiful amount of materials to be able to upgrade and try a variety of different weapon types and stuff like that and experiment with different playstyles. So I want to try and make this playthrough as interesting as I possibly can. I know I have that radio host ASMR voice, but other than that, I didn't get the item. It's a purple one too. How did I miss that? What a bastard I am. No evil thing, right? No evil thing, okay. Ghost Glovewort, Picker's Bell Bearing. Okay, so that's why they hid that down here. It's a progressive thing. They don't want you to be able to unlock the ability to freely upgrade your spirits until you come to Nokron. Because the Gloveworts can only typically be found in very particular locales. That's number one. Number two, they're really prevalent in catacombs. And I have done all the catacombs up to this point. There's a couple heroes' graves on the surface that I've not run through yet because I remember the big wheelie death chariots and not liking them too much. Oh yes, here's where Nokron becomes Nokron. This place is fucking gorgeous as fuck. This place is so goddamn beautiful. Like, it truly is breathtaking. Like, honestly, like all the stars, like mingling in the atmosphere and everything. Like, just look at this shit. This shit is so cool. So the thing that I wanted to dip into lore-wise is that you've heard General Radahn be called the Commander of the Stars before. Listen, sir, you're gonna have to fuck off. Ma'am? Ma'am. I will fuck your day up. Let me heal. Alright, bitch, you asked for it. I will ruin you. Don't think I won't ruin you. I will ruin you. Get your metal blob out of here, too. No interest. Get out. Fuck off. So, as I was saying, you've heard that General Radahn has been called the Conqueror and Commander of the Stars before. So when we felled Radahn, given that he had mastery over gravity, I think his death caused all the stars to careen and crater into the earth. And the force of the stars gravitationally created some sort of suction that sucked them down here into Nokron. And that's why the sky is illuminated with billions of stars. And, like, I think that's really cool conceptually. I don't know if that's actually what happened, but I think it is. I think it's something along those lines. So, given that Radahn had mastery over gravity, this is what I remember. I don't feel like that's too far-fetched. This game's tracking sucks really bad. I should not have been able to iframe that with that amount of frame commitment. I'll take it though. We take those. Larval tears. Those might come in handy later. I might need to spec out and space my stats a little bit differently. Okay, there's some Gloveworts around here that I want to make sure I don't miss. I also want to run around here a little bit and make sure that I don't miss any collectible items. So where we're heading is right down there. That's our goal. And given that we've seen another one of those giant crazy motherfuckers on a throne before, in the Ainsel Riverwell, where we fought the Noxtella warrior, the Dragonkin, I don't know what the hell those things are meant for. Like, I don't know what they represent lore-wise. But hopefully we can read into it and figure it out. Which reminds me, there's something else that I have to do after this fight as well. I want to take my buckler off for this, I think. What's up, Z? The timing on the buckler parry is so goddamn wacky. Like, it's so weird. Like, the buckler is supposed to be easily parryable with, and it just doesn't feel like that. Like, I feel like I can parry easier with a shield that isn't the buckler, and the buckler's specialty is to parry. It's a little odd. Not a bad fight, though. That was pretty good.